Guys, it's me again. Sorry, I completely forgot that I didn't explain the second part of the lesson. So let me do that now. So here is the first example problem that you have on your paper. We'll just do it together. So the data set below gives prices in dollars of cordless phones at an electronics store. So we've got this sample data right here. I'm going to go ahead and enter that into my calculator. So I'm going to go and I'll just clear out my list one. I don't need that anymore. And I'll enter this in. I'll pause this, pause the video, enter it in your list. We'll meet back up in a second. Okay, I've got everything in my list one now. It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So my blank one is 8. I've got 7 numbers in there. I'm good. All right, so I'm going to go to Stat, Calc, Enter. I'm in list 1, so I'm just going to hit Enter, and I've got my mean. I'm just going to make this kind of easy. I'll make it 60.7. So let me go ahead and type that up here, 60.7. Make that smaller. Okay, and then my standard deviation is, we'll call it 15.1. So 15.1. Okay, so now that I've got my mean and my standard deviation, I already told you that the mean always goes in the middle here. Okay, so I'll probably need to make this a little smaller, but this is going to be 60.7. Okay, so my mean goes in the center. Now I have to go up and down by this standard deviation. So I'm going to start by going up. So I've got 60.7, and then I have to add my standard deviation, 15.1, and I get 75.8. So that's this value right here, 75.8. Have to make that smaller. All right, so then I have to do it again. I'm just going to start with that 75.8. I'm just going to add another 15.1 onto it. So 90.9. And one more time, plus 15.1. And I get 106. Okay, so I've got this side done. Now guess what? I got to go this way, which means I am subtracting because these are below the mean. These are below the mean. So I got to start back at my 60.7. And now I'm subtracting 15.1. And I get 45.6. Okay, let's do it again. Minus 15.1. So 30.5. And one more time, minus 15.1. 15.4. Okay, so now I have the whole bottom filled in. And then what I can do, I'm going to go ahead and put my percentages back in there. So I want to label all those percentages. We'll do that in a darker green. Okay, so I know that these are 34%. This is my 34%. This is 34%. This is 13.5. Okay, these are percentages. 13.5%. I'm just going to keep it 13.5, know that it's a percent. And this one is 2.35. Okay, so this is saying 68% of cordless phones will cost between blank and blank. Well, if I look back at my notes from the beginning, if I go out one standard deviation on either side, oh look, these add up to what? 68%. That's what I'm looking for. Okay, so that's these guys right here. 68%. Oh, it's not going to work. Try that again. All right, that's this right here. Oh, undo. Let's see if I can use this. Nope. Wait a second, guys. Bear with me. Okay, that's 68%, and this is 68% if I add them up. Okay, so that's from here to here. So 68% of my phones cost between, I guess I should have gone out 2 decimal places for cost, but that's okay. So this is going to be 45.6 and 75.8. Okay, if it said 95, I would go out one more because that equals 95%. I've got that on my notes. And if it said 99.7, I would go out one more. Okay, if it said what percent of phones cost less than 45.6, less than would be this way, so it would be these two added up. So it would be 15.85. So I can use these percentages to answer these questions. Okay, so that is the last part of this lesson. That should be all that you need. Please make sure that you complete the packet and then the exit ticket and hand this in, please. And again, be respectful to the sub. It's not easy being a sub, okay? So just bear with me. I'll be back next week and have a good weekend. Thanks again, guys. Bye.